Hello, I'm Andy, N0APX, and this is part of our two-part series on how to POTA. Today we're going to be going out to a park and activating the park. But first of all, we're going to take a look at how we can go ahead and set up our activation inside World Radio League before we ever get to the park. Let's take a look. First of all, I'm going to go to the Activities tab. Now I can either use the list view or the map view. Right now I'm going to use the map view. I can find the park that I'd like to activate and click on the icon. Here we can see that this is park US 10214. I'll click Create Logbook. And just like that, I've already got a logbook ready to go. As you can see, it's really simple to set up your activation inside World Radio League. Now let's head on out to the park and make some contacts. But before we get out in the field, we need to first get our gear together. We of course need a radio and an antenna, and also some way to connect the antenna to the radio. We'll also need a power source for the radio, and some way to hang or mount the antenna. Now that we've got all our gear together, we can head out to the park and get on the air. Alright, so you can see we've made it to the park, Niagara State Conservation Area here in Missouri. We're going to get our gear set up and get on the air. Okay, so the first thing I gotta do is get a line in one of these trees here so that I can get an antenna up. Let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, now that I got my line in the tree, I'm going to go ahead and get my antenna hooked on the bottom and pull it up in the tree so we can get on the air. So this is why it's always good to make sure you come prepared. I have the wrong end on this coax cable to connect to my antenna connection. But thankfully, I brought some extra connectors along. And we're good to go. Now, a lot of people will use insulators on the end of their wire. I've found success just using the wire and wrapping it around and connecting it like this. All right, now the first radio I'm going to use is the X6100. It only has a maximum of 10 watts out when connected to an external power source, but we're going to see how many contacts we can make, probably on 20 meters. This is a 20-meter dipole, but it's got a good tuner in it, so we may tune around, try a couple different bands. But yeah, let's get this thing powered up. Got the antenna connected. We'll get the microphone connected. And I'm using this battery right here. It's a 12 amp hour LiFePO4 or lithium iron phosphate battery. I'll get the cable to connect it to my radio and we'll get on the air. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and open my World Radio League app. We're going to open up the logbook that I started earlier, and we'll start logging contacts. But first of all, I need to spot myself. I'll go ahead and click POTA Auto Spot. We'll enter a frequency. Let's find an open one. That one looks good. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? November 0 Alpha Papa X-ray. We'll go ahead and tune up our radio. Looks like we need to dial around a little bit further down. Let's try 14298. Make sure we're tuned up. Make sure we're operating at full power. So I'm going to put in the frequency we picked, 14.296, and I'm going to put a comment of CQ. We'll send that to POTA, and we'll start calling. CQ, 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 CQ Parks on the air. This is November 0 Alpha Papa X-ray. CQ, 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 CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air. This is November 0 Alpha Papa X-ray. It was about right here when I realized something was wrong. As in many POTA activations, whenever I got out into the field, something didn't perform quite as I intended. So I had to make a few adjustments to my plan. I did not have the power configured on the X6100 correctly, and I was only getting about 1 to 3 watts out. Now that's probably enough for CW, but I was trying to operate single sideband. That's just a little too low. So when I caught on to what was happening, I switched over to the G90 and continued my activation. So I had to switch to the G90 because the X6100 had an issue, but we got it set up and we're gonna try to get on the air now. CQ POTA, CQ POTA, CQ Parks on the air, November 0 Alpha Papa X-ray. CQ POTA, CQ POTA, CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air, November 0 Alpha Papa X-ray.
Alpha Bravo 4 Kilo November.
Alpha Bravo 4 Kilo November. I got you at about a 5.6 of 56 in the park today.
Roger, roger, and good morning. You're 57 Georgia. Thanks for activating at 10-3.
Appreciate the 5-7 Georgia. Thank you for hunting today. You have a good one. 7-3 November 0 Alpha Papa X-ray Parks on the air. QRZ. CQ POTA, CQ POTA, CQ Parks on the air. November 0 Alpha Papa X-ray. CQ POTA, CQ POTA, CQ Parks on the air, November 0 Alpha Papa X-ray.
Whiskey 5 Delta Uniform India.
Whiskey 5 Delta Uniform India. I've got you at about a 5.8 of 5.8 in the park today.
Thanks for the 5.8. I got you 5.9 Mike Sierra, US home.
Copy the 5.9 in Mike Sierra. Appreciate it. You have a good one in 7-3.
Good luck today, 7-3.
CQ Parks on the air. QRZ.
November 1 India Papa Bravo.
November 1 India Papa Bravo. I've got you at about a 5.7, 57 in the park today.
Roger, roger, 5-5 New Hampshire. Have a great day, 7.
Appreciate the 5-5 in New Hampshire. You have a good one. Thank you for hunting me today. 7-3. November 0, Alpha Papa X-Ray Parks on the air. QRZ.
Whiskey X-Ray 4, Juliet Oscar Echo.
Whiskey X-Ray 4, Juliet Oscar Echo. QSL.
Roger, roger. I got you 5-5 here in central North Carolina. November Charlie.
Appreciate the 5-5. I got you 5-8 here in Missouri today. Appreciate the hunt. 7-3.
Thank you, sir. 7-3.
November 0, Alpha Papa X-Ray Parks on the air. QRZ.
Kilo Charlie 9, Foxtrot Oscar Zulu.
Kilo Charlie 9, Foxtrot Oscar Zulu. 5-8, 58.
Roger, you're a 5-9 in Austin, Texas.
Appreciate the 5-9, Texas. You have a good one. Thanks for hunting. 7-3. November 0, Alpha Papa X-Ray Parks on the air. QRZ.
Kilo Quebec 4, Yankee Oscar Zulu.
Kilo Quebec 4, Yankee Oscar Zulu. I've got you at about a 5-8, 58 in the park today.
Yeah, Roger, I got you about a 5-7 here in Georgia. How copy?
Appreciate the 5-7 in Georgia. You dropped down to about a 5-4, a 54 in the park today. Appreciate the hunt today. You have a good one. 7-3.
Roger, what is that park number, please?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Park number is United Sierra 10214. 10214. QSL?
QSL, I copy 10214.
QSL. Thank you for the hunting today, man. 7-3.
7-3.
November 0, Alpha Papa X-Ray Parks on the air. QRZ. All right, so I had a successful POTA activation, 43 contacts in the log. I'm going to get my gear all packed up. We're going to head back to the shack and get this submitted to Parks on the air. Alright, so we've made it back to the shack. We've got our gear all unloaded, and now we're ready to upload our log to POTA. So first of all, I'm going to export the logbook in the POTA format. And now that that's downloaded, we'll go over to the Parks on the Air website. We'll click My Log Uploads, and we'll click in this box right here. We'll locate our ADI file, and click Open. Now since we exported using the POTA specific option, we already have the park information loaded here. We'll agree to these two options, and then we'll upload. And there's our activation. And that's how you successfully activate a POTA park. If you have any questions or any suggestions for any future videos, you can leave them in the comments down below, or you can send us a message at community.worldradioleague.com. You can tag me at N0APX. I'm Andy, 73.